I'm Michael Redmond. I'm with Redmond Worldwide. We're an international consulting firm specializing in business continuity, disaster recovery, and cybersecurity. We do a combination of consulting, and we also, of course, work with PECB doing internal audits. I work for a public relations consulting firm doing public relations events for the Giants, the Jets, and North American Soccer League. It was very exciting. We did all the planning, all the controls, all the parties, all the events. And I did that while I was in grad school, but I'd already been commissioned an officer in the military. But I was in grad school and had the right to work for firms while I was waiting to go on active duty, which I had not done yet. So my first job with the military, I actually did audits. I was in charge of 90 people for 18 different areas that had failed audits. And my job was in 6 months to get all 18 areas up to speed so we did not fail any. After just 6 months, all 18 areas passed. And eventually the general saw the reviews and I was pulled up to the general staff. I really worked hard for it. And it was, military is an up or out program. If you don't get promoted, you're out. So it is a very only the best survive type environment. So it was, worked a lot, got everything done, made all the audit requirements were done, the people were good, the reviews were good, the evaluations were good, and I also took a lot of classes. I went and found all the regulations that I had to know, and because it was 18 different areas and I had no idea. I got all the regulations and actually went through and memorized them and outlined them to bring the areas up to speed, and that was recognized. So then the next job, they put me in charge of personal actions and personal records for a corps of 60,000 people. And I had a staff, and that was my second job. I was supposed to be a major with 10 years of experience, and here I was with almost 2 years of military experience, and they put me in 8 years early. So that was really exciting. After I did my MBA and my daughter was small, I decided I wanted to get into business continuity, which I was already in, but I wanted to do it for trading and banking operations. I didn't have enough background in that. I have no MBA, but not trading and banking. So I did school part-time for 2 years, doing an advanced master's degree in trading and banking operations just so I could do business continuity and disaster recovery for those areas. And I had to find ways to do my homework with my daughter. So it was playtime, and that was a huge challenge to be able to fit all that in. And at the same time, not only did I have a full-time job, I was a full-time mom, going to school part-time, but I was also now had to come off active duty. I was an officer and company commander in the National Guard at the same time. I am the chapter president for Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester, and actually some of Ohio also, chapters for different corporations, and we make sure that the people are trained properly. It's all volunteer. The other thing to do is I write a lot of articles. I'm very excited. I have 2 books coming out in 8 weeks. One of them is on business continuity management, and the other one is on cybersecurity for managers. It covers what's the difference between malware and a Trojan, what's a honeypot, what is this, the basics that a manager needs to understand so that they can protect their own department. Forget about the organization, just every manager, what they need to know. So it's very exciting, and I've just been asked to write an ebook by a major publisher on compliance for business continuity, disaster recovery, and information security, looking at it from just a compliance point of view. So that's kind of what I do for fun. I also do a lot of speaking engagements. I've been very blessed. Over the years, I've spoken in Chile, I've spoken in Angola, in Nigeria. So it's given me an opportunity to meet so many people and see so many wonderful aspects of the world. I love the planning, the looking for the risk, being able to find the answers. It's constantly a puzzle. It's where are the risks, where are the controls, how can we get this to work right? How can we help create an environment where people can feel safe, that they know that their companies can survive, that the personnel will do better, that they know that personal information, public health information, credit card information has a very strong possibility of much more security and less lives affected. And that's a big important risk for this area. I'm very grateful for PECB. I love the training, I love the courses. I have, in the last year, gotten certified on 6 different certifications in ISO. I've taken another exam. I'm waiting to get the results in from that. Doing another class this week. I'm studying for another one. So it'll be 9 certifications since last March. And I feel that they really have helped me. The training is great. The people I work with are great. And I love teaching the classes. It's so exciting to do a 4-day class and know that on the 5th day, people are going to pass an exam because of PECB's training courses and because of the way that I've been trained to deliver them. So I'm very proud of it. Very proud to be a member. That is when the UN selected me to write the chapter, or the introduction, if you will, for their chapter on risk management in their book on disaster recovery. This book was given out to every single head of state for the entire world. Every member of the UN got it. It was endorsed by Nelson Mandela and by Clinton, President Clinton. And it really was a very humbling moment for me. I was also very honored, but it was humbling to realize that I had this great honor of writing the introduction about why risk management was so important, and that so many people around the world could be affected, at least by a leader reading it and maybe saying, you know, this is something maybe I should think about. And at the same time being humbling, it was very empowering. I would say that was my greatest recognition.